Hello again. Again, I am behind on the movies. I'm working on getting it caught up, but this is for the challenge of watching a horror movie every week based on certain prompts. So the prompts for this week that I'm going to talk about now, I've watched more, I'm just behind on the videos. So the prompt that I'm going to talk about today was a film you don't want to watch alone. There's basically no movie that I just don't want to watch alone. So I decided to watch the movie Night Swim. And I didn't watch it alone, so that worked. But I watched Night Swim because it was a newer movie. I'd heard a lot about it. It was still kind of in theaters, but I ended up streaming it because it was also available for streaming. And I have really mixed feelings about it. Obviously, there's going to be spoilers. You know, it wasn't the most memorable movie I've ever watched. It wasn't bad. It wasn't memorable, particularly. There were moments that were, I liked the family. I liked the parents, the kids. I did enjoy the family aspect of it. So sometimes you just really don't like the family. I did. How do I say it? It had some really creepy atmospheric aspects to it. I did like when they're in the pool and the lights were going on and off. That was very, very eerie. So I liked that. I liked how creepy it was. I really liked the slow build because I love slow build movies. I love a lot of character development. Those are the kind of things I really honestly look for in movies that aren't slasher movies. I love that kind of depth and character development. So that was good. The bad part is it was poorly explained, and that's a very, very common thing in horror movies, that they're just like, oh, there's a demon or something like that. Sure, but I always want to know more. I am the kind of person, I always want to know the why, the how, the what, the what's going to happen next, you know? So yes, at the end they closed up the pool and everything was fine, and I don't know. I just wanted to know, how did the spirit or demon or whatever get there? Why did it have that role? What was the origins of it? And there was none of that. So while it was a really cool idea, and the idea for behind the story was interesting, the explanation itself just left me feeling like it was really lacking. So I actually, some of the things I enjoyed the most was like when the dad was trying to drown that kid. You know, I obviously shouldn't enjoy dads trying to drown neighbor kids, but I thought that was really tense, really gripping, literally gripping, and it really showed how much he was under the power of something else. You could see throughout the movie that his personality was changing in certain ways, and I thought it was interesting how much the pool was negatively affecting some of the members of the family, but then for the dad, he was being very positively affected by it. I liked the dynamic of him and his son and his celebrity status and how that affected his kids and the other neighbors. That was kind of a cool aspect. I really enjoyed the character of the mom, even though she was a pretty low-key character. But the dad seemed very involved, very caring dad, so that made the switch even better, especially when he was going after his son. And you could really see, in a way, it almost highlighted, I think, that there may have been a level of disappointment with his son for not having the level of athleticism that he had himself. And it kind of touched on some deeper issues that could come up when you're parenting and dealing with expectations that are put on a child. So I did like that. Like I said, it just wasn't particularly memorable, and it didn't explain much. Now, what was really creepy was when they visited the woman who used to be in the house. That I liked because she was very creepy. The end effect was really, really creepy with her smile and the way it was played off. The acting was great there. And also, it was sad and eerie and kind of gave me goosebumps the way she was okay with sacrificing her daughter for her son. And that was something that she was like totally cool with. That's just what you got to do. And I don't see how somebody could do that. Like, I didn't understand it, but it also made it very creepy. And also it is kind of what the dad was trying to do, not for his other child, but for himself in some ways. So I don't know if the pool affected him mentally to the extent, or affected them mentally to the extent where they thought that was an acceptable trade-off. But all in all, it wasn't the worst movie. It was definitely a movie I would be okay with watching by myself. But like I said, there was really nothing that fit that prompt that I could think of or really connect with. So I just decided to look up a movie I wanted to watch and then watch that. So Night Swim, it was all right.